How you guys doing? I thought it'd be nice just to see a little reminder of Candice having a good old time while her daughter's missing. You know, I didn't think it's funny at all. I've been seriously waiting for Candice, the mother of Summer Wells, to say something important, to tell us something about her daughter, to explain how wonderful she was, to come out and talk about that day, to plead with someone, but it just isn't happening, is it? And it really aggravates me that it's all fun and games, you know. It's all a big laughing matter with Don and Candice. And it has been from day one. I don't know, you guys, for a long time I just kept wrestling with myself. Is it Candice? Is it Don? Is it Candice? Is it Don? I think it's both of them. Because there's no way that as a mother, as a mom, you would not be able to be acting like this. You'd be crying out for your daughter. You'd be upset. You'd be a mess. It's just really super aggravating. I just want to welcome everybody to my channel and thank you for being here. I thought it would be good for you to hear something just as little reminders. I'm not going to stay on here long. There's nothing new in the Summer Wells case. People can drive all over the country. I really don't believe that, Summer. But, you can have hope. You can believe that. I really believe that Don and Candice know what happened. And they did something with Summer. And it wasn't that she's probably gone, like Don said. Don Wells said that he doesn't know why the searchers were, injuring themselves and searching there, because it was a waste of time. Because he knew right away, he knew she was abducted. And, I was listening to another video where Don actually said that he was talking about with the reporter the day that Summer went missing, and he said it's really strange, the reporter said it's really strange that anyone would come up here and abduct, I'm looking at your property and everything, and it'd be really hard for someone to come up there and abduct your daughter. And Don said, well, we've had a lot of people stealing from our property, blah, blah, blah. Well, he said, but we've never had, listen to this, anybody come up at 5:30. They always come late at night, middle of the night, whatever. He said they never come up here around 5:30. So he's pretty definite on the time frame that Summer got gone. Someone needs to explain to me. People want to argue with me and say that Summer didn't go missing at 3:30. Well, or 3:45. Well, why not? Candice was on Light Hollow Road, spotted by people. The police said she left the hill twice that day when she got home, supposedly. And the thing is that she can't be on Light Hollow Road doing stuff and be home doing her mother's leg and doing all this other stuff. So she was seen on Light Hollow Road at 3:45. So was she out there getting rid of Summer's body? Was she making a trade with someone? What was happening? at 3:45 on Light Hollow Road because some neighbors seen her. So, and it was turned into the TBI. You know, I was listening to some other videos and something brought up to me. I was remembering something. They brought up something and I remembered this. You know, I was watching when Summer went missing and I was paying attention to Candice's Facebook. And I don't know how many of you were. I bet you some others on my channel were paying attention to Candice's Facebook. And she was posting at 6:05 and 6:09, and she was nonstop posting. And that's how she deleted those pictures. The one that looked like Summer was in the background with her brother when he had his hockey uniform on or whatever. And I don't know if she just accidentally posted that picture at that time at 6:01 or 6:05, whatever it was. I don't remember. I do remember thinking how strange that this woman, this mother, is on Facebook at this time when her daughter goes missing she calls at 6:30. So, and she was posting about her daughter then and not calling the police until 6:30. So, I just found that very, very suspicious, okay? And, aggravating. But, yeah, she was actually doing stuff on her Facebook at that time. And obviously she had enough service because she was on there posting crap. So you lied, Candice. You lied again. Now, somebody said, I heard another interview where somebody said Candice's phone was the only phone that got service. And, isn't that something? And Candice said her grandma's phone was the only one that got service. And Candice was talking to Don the whole way. Well, I really don't believe if they called from grandma's phone, then they had something to hide. I believe that. You know, I've told you guys from the beginning, I had this really bad feeling from day one that Don Wells was hiding up in that property and he took Summer out of there. Or that they met together, like Candice maybe met him somewhere on a road, went to Jonesboro. But it's weird because I think the 911 dispatch for Don Wells was in Sullivan County. He tried to say he called when he was in Jonesboro, but I don't believe that. I believe that call came from Sullivan County and they dispatched it over to Kingsport. Hawkins County. Yeah. And you know what else is really interesting? And I never thought about this till I was listening, like I said, listening to other videos. David Dotson. Remember him and Robin went up there, Candice was trying to call Robin all day, which is really weird. That's not who you call. I'm sorry. I would have called my family, my friends. They didn't do that. They called these church people to come and, stand up for him there. But David Dotson said that the dogs were there when he and Robin were came to the property when the cops were there. So Don Wells lied. He lied because, you didn't notice that Candice didn't say that the dogs weren't there. Donnie said the dogs weren't there. And why in the world does Don Wells want to continue to be the one that is the forefront person that comes out talking all the time? I don't know, because he wasn't home and he doesn't know anything about this case other than what Candice told him. So all his little bullcrap stories, and that's just how I feel. I'm sorry, I'm really annoyed with Don and Candice. I am really shocked that they have not been, this is just my opinion, but I'm shocked that they haven't been arrested. Also, I want you to know that I was going over the news thing again, some of the news reports for Summer Wells, and it did say that CPS was involved in Summer Wells' disappearance. They weren't just involved with taking the kids, they were involved in Summer Wells' disappearance. And so they are investigating too. And that is good to know. I mean, I knew they took the boys from them. And I figure they got a pretty good case against them, or they would not have been able to take them kids this long. And those are just some things that I was thinking about. I hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing pretty good. We've had some nice days the past few days here. But, I was doing okay. And I really wasn't bothered that much about Don and Candice till, I just was scrolling through, looking at videos again. And when I seen Candice laughing her head off, singing, wearing the tinfoil hat with Benny, all the times that she laughed and joked, all the times that Don wanted to be on YouTube, not because they wanted to talk about Summer Wells. No, that's not why they were on YouTube. They wanted to come on just to get support, to get money, to get people to help them, to get people to listen to their sob stories. And they have never been about trying to get their daughter home or where she is or anything. And it's very, very terrible. I'm sorry. It's terrible to say, but it's the truth. But I want you to just hear this for a few minutes under fair use. I'm sharing Criminal Owls. Would you sell your whole soul? It's called What Happened to Summer Wells. But it's just a whole bunch of compilation of recordings that she took and from the interview room and different ones and pieced them together. And I only just really want you to hear this. You don't need to see this video, but you need to hear, again, as a reminder for a conversation. So I just want you to hear this, listen to this, and then I'm going to discuss it with you. Hold on.
Pam that came in, it was...
Hold on. This is Mary talking to Josh at the lab.
And she was crying up a storm.
Oops.
And
sorry.
Pam
Pam
came in, it was 11:30, 12 o'clock at night.
Don's ex.
And she was crying up a storm, and she had little Donnie with her, and Margie was just a baby then, and she said that Donnie was down on 25th Street in Ogden trying to sell little Donnie for drugs.
He did try to sell little Donnie. I was there that day.
It was just a big mess, He was, that's all he was interested in was drugs. It didn't matter if his kids. He didn't care about his kids.
When you get addicted to drugs, you will sell your whole soul to stay high.
Okay, hold on. And then we're going to go to one other little part here. Hold on. Okay, listen to this.
Thing happened, and he goes, I think Donnie got messed up with the bad guys.
Oops, hold on. I got to go back up just a little. Listen.
When this all first happened, I was at my mom and dad's, and I asked my dad, I said, well, what do you think happened? And he goes, I think Donnie got messed up with the bad guys. I think he got messed up with drugs, and I think he owes them money. That's my dad's exact words. Even my brother, I asked him, and he's been following the case a little bit here and there, not a lot, but I said, what do you think? What do you think? Because he knows Donnie really good too. He grew up with him too, and he said, I think he sold her. He's like, you gotta figure that's what Donnie does when he needs drugs. He sells things, even his own kids.
Well, it just seems it's hard to believe that something like that can happen. You have to be someone pretty desperate for money or whatever. Or I don't know what their angle is, but yeah, they'd be pretty desperate.
At the very start, I always thought that maybe he had sold her because I really do think he came to Utah to try to get money from my dad. Donnie needed money for some reason, like a lot of money, okay?
When you get addicted to drugs, you will sell your own soul to stay high. When they come at me and said I had somebody, they proposed them or said they had an inside scoop with CBI and that they knew that I sold my daughter for drugs. And I flipped out. I believed that stuff. I believed it. I believed that stuff. I believed it. They knew that I sold my daughter for drugs. I believed it. Then I flipped out. I started drinking and everything else. That's when I took her kids. I'm clean. I don't do nothing. I won't even pick up a beer. Okay, should they? For one thing, if I drink beer, then I do want that crap, so I won't even touch a beer.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on here. I'm just trying to go down here a little bit and see if I can get on something here. I just want to show you this picture. For anybody that's new here, this is Summer Wells. She went missing out of Rogersville, Tennessee. That's her dad. She's been missing for almost 3 years. They say the mom was only outside by this trailer for a couple minutes helping her mom. And then all of a sudden, Summer was gone out of the basement. This is Summer's mom. And this is her grandmother. And so anyways, yeah. In case you were wondering, but out of Rogersville, Tennessee. And if you have any information regarding Summer Wells, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. But yeah, I want to talk about, there's no reason that Mary and Jeannie and the brother and whoever else knows, there's no reason for them to say that Don Wells tried to sell his baby, his little boy, and that Pamela came home crying, all upset because he was trying to sell trade his child for drugs. Also, that's all he talks about is that he's been to places where they sell kids and he lived in this one place and blah, blah, blah. Okay? And even Don's own father thought maybe he owed money to someone for drugs and that he had to sell her. And also, I find it interesting that TBI really came down on him and said that they had information that he sold his daughter. And he freaked out, and that's why he lost the boys. Well, you know what? I do, think the police have a lot more information than we know. But anyways, you guys, also, who else? What was I going to say? Oh, you know, Donnie, was doing stuff with his sisters. And it started when Jeannie was 5 years old. And Summer was 5 years old. And I'm not saying that Don did do anything. These are all allegedly. But I'm telling you guys, I really do believe that she was given to someone. And even her father explained that she was probably in a motel being arred by some mother effer for a little bit of crack cocaine. I believe he knows who he gave Summer to. It doesn't matter if he knew them personally, but I'm saying I believe he knew that he gave her to someone, and that I don't know if it was to cover up for CPS or any other thing. But I was thinking the other day, I even told my husband, I said, you know what? I bet you, not I bet you, but how much you bet that it could be a motive. It could be a motive for Don that day to get mad at Candice for being at the lake with Hunter and Summer, that he took Summer away and did something to her to get back at her. I wouldn't doubt it one bit. From the way that his family, the things they say about him, I truly believe that Don is lost in his addictions. And I do believe that he would do anything for money. And especially if CPS was coming to take those kids. Don said that they were there the day before, and I don't believe that for a minute. I believe they were there and that they were coming back. They wanted to look at Summer or do something with Summer. Maybe it was the day before, but I believe because they were coming back that all of a sudden Summer disappeared. And that's why I believe CPS is part of this investigation, because I believe they wanted to see that child, and that child came up missing. Now, I really believe in my heart that something like that happened. Familiar, however you want to say it, familial trafficking. It's within the family. And it's very prevalent in Tennessee, because I listened to a news report that discussed that it happens not normally like you would think, but that it happens mostly within families. I did want to show you something that, hold on, and talk about Summer just a little bit more here. Like I said, I don't want to stay on here all night. Sorry, I don't really give a crap about the drama going on and people that want to argue with each other on YouTube, and people who are doxing others and harassing people's families. I mean, some people are just going too far, okay? But I'm just saying, I don't want to get into it. I don't really care. We need to focus on what's important and not on all that bull crap. I'm trying to find... so I gotta go up here for a minute. I'll just keep talking to you. But have you guys been watching the Harmony Montgomery trial? I mean, I want to see justice for this little girl. I didn't really know everything that happened, so it was important.
Kayla, can you begin
Sorry,
by stating...
it was important for me to watch this trial for this little girl. And I'd like to show you a picture of her. She's a sweet, precious little girl. Her name's Harmony Montgomery.
Politan, thank you.
And her dad abused her. And allegedly, he admitted to doing stuff with the corpse. So, crap. Hold on, you guys. I gotta put a space here. No. I don't want that. Okay. I'll get there. Hold on. I don't know if you heard the prosecutor's statements in Harmony's case, and this was on Court TV.
Is Harmony?
I'm going to go to a part under fair use. I'm just going to show you a little clip. This is a public trial. People have seen this trial. It's not like I'm making any money or anything. I'm not monetized. I just am using this as a reference because I want to talk about this for a second. If I can just get to the point real quick here. Okay, let's start right here. And let's just listen for a minute. I want you to see something. I want you to hear something here. First of all, Adam would not search for Harmony. Adam said that Harmony was missing, well, that he gave to the daughter. I mean, to his ex, gave her to his ex. But really, he had, unalived her and was hiding the body, her body. But anyways, just listen to some of these things in here, like evading CPS the whole time, trying to keep away from them, wouldn't answer the door. It reminds me so much of the Summer Wells case. I mean, I hope to God this isn't anything like what happened to Summer, but I want to talk about this for a minute to show you something in regards to Summer Wells' case.
It was in December, and he wanted to keep her body cold.
He wanted to keep Harmony's body cold.
From the Colonial Village parking lot, they went to Kayla's mother's home, and they stayed there for the rest of the month. She picked them up in her van, and that's where Harmony stayed for several days while the defendant looked for somewhere more suitable to keep her. And he found something more suitable. In the entryway of Christina Lubin, Kayla's mother's home, he found this open cooler. And he stored her there for much of the remainder of his stay. And they left that home on December 30th, and they went to the Families in Transition Shelter. It was at the Families in Transition Shelter that the defendant began to discuss disposing of Harmony, getting rid of her. He believed that if there was no body to find, there would be no evidence of what he'd done, and he would get away with this heinous crime. And so he began to discuss disposing of her. While he was there, he moved Harmony from the closet of that room. He moved her to the ceiling. He removed that vent cover and he stuffed her body inside. And that's when Harmony became the dead girl rotting in the ceiling that he slept under. for months. Now, the defendant faced another problem at the fit shelter. Harmony's body began to rot. It began to smell. He was storing her body in the ceiling above his room, and the heat was on. And the heat was causing her body to decompose more and more by the day, to rot more and more by the day. And it was smelling. And other tenants, other people that lived there were complaining about those smells. So he had to take her body out of that ceiling. And he brought it to the bathroom, and he compressed it. He compressed and contorted her body into this bag, into a bag like this. And he put it back up there, back in the ceiling. And when he was taking her body down, when it was still in the duffel bag, before he'd added trash bags and put her inside a bag like this one, she was leaking. She was leaking. Her liquids were pouring through that duffel bag. And investigators followed up with the fit shelter. They went to that room. They looked in the ceiling. And when they took that vent cover off, they immediately smelled decomposition, a smell associated with dead bodies, rotting bodies. They smelled decomp. Still present 2 years after the defendant had removed Harmony's body from the ceiling. And they saw deep stains in the drywall, where Harmony's blood had been absorbed. That blood was tested. It was sent to a lab in Florida and tested. And that lab in Florida confirmed that that blood was Harmony. Something the defendant missed. Remember, he was careless in his meticulous cover-up. He made mistakes. That's going to be one of them. That blood in the ceiling, Harmony's blood in the ceiling, all that remained of Harmony. The defendant made sure of that. And surrounding that blood, surrounding this blood, surrounding what was left of Harmony, the defendant's fingerprints, his palm prints, frozen there for time. So at the shelter, the defendant had a problem. He was living in a shelter. He didn't have access to a freezer, and Harmony's body was beginning to rot and stink, and it was getting worse and worse by the day. People were complaining. This wasn't good for him. And it was around this time he started working at the Portland Pie Company, which used to be here in town, since closed. He worked there for just over a month. He was a dishwasher and a cook. And that CMC bag, the one that looked like this, that accompanied him to work. It stood out to people because he placed it in the freezer during his shifts. He brought it with him regularly to work, and he stored it in a freezer where the company kept food, ingredients. People saw him bringing that in and out regularly. They couldn't have imagined what that bag contained, but they saw it.
That's all I want to talk about. Listen, I don't want to talk too much about the case. I don't want to say too much about Harmony's father right now because he's in a trial and I don't need no trouble like that. So I'm not, I feel horrible for Harmony and I want her to get justice. But everybody's innocent until proven guilty in all these cases. But, I wondered when I made my last video because I said that it always bothered me that Don left that wood laying by the driveway and never used any of it. And I noticed in one of the photos, and I don't know if it's when the news people were there, but somebody put a photo of him fixing the chimney and, putting plaster on it at the bottom. And it always just struck me that I hope he didn't put her in the chimney, because I've heard of children being put in the chimney, in the ceiling, in all kinds of places to hide them temporarily. And, I've heard Don say in videos, I'm cold. It's cold in here. And I've always wondered why. But, I wondered if people thought, well, geez, Patty, you're crazy thinking that he could have put her in the chimney. Really? I mean, when you look at what happened to Harmony, this father carried that body around. He put her in the ceiling. I mean, he kept adding lime to the bag to try to keep the smell down and for her to decomp faster. And he killed her, allegedly, and he was trying to get rid of the body so there wouldn't be no evidence. He really believed that if he got rid of the body, that there would be no evidence on him. And it reminded me when Don's talked about there won't be any evidence. And, I don't know, don't think I'm crazy, but it's the truth. It could be any possibility of them putting Summer anywhere if they did hurt her. I mean, if she was gone, deceased, they could have put her anywhere to hide her temporarily and to move her again. I was listening, somebody had caught a thing, and I didn't even never catch it on cracking cases with Cam, but he was talking about when the search was going on for Summer, like the second search or something there by that like culvert, like a piece of cement. They were down on that one road, and Cam asked Candice if she knew about it or what was going on, and she said she didn't, and she didn't care. She said because they're not going to find her there. So they're not going to find her. I just really think that they absolutely know where Summer is. And I just really wish there was some pressure on somebody of the police to go arrest those two. These are just my personal opinions. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. And these are just my opinions. But I'm telling you, it's just too much. It's too much. They have never acted like parents that have missed their daughter. They've never really talked about her. They don't even talk about their other boys. I don't even know why they come on YouTube. I don't know what the whole point is, other than for people to feel sorry for them and to give them money, because that's about it. But, yeah. You never know where, and I wasn't, I should have said trigger warning, because it is very disturbing what happened to Harmony. It breaks my heart. She didn't deserve anything that happened to her. And it's horrific that the person that says they love you could do something like that to their own child. And it's very sad, but I don't, until after the trial's over, I don't really want to say too much, But yeah, there are many possibilities where Don and Candice could have hid Summer. That smell, you don't really, it takes a while for something to really decompose. And it's weird that he just took her with him all these different places. And I don't know, you guys. I'm just waiting for an arrest. I'm waiting for an arrest. I'd like to see one happen. I'm tired of the games. I'm tired of all the nonsense. I mean, it's really a bunch of bull crap if you ask me. You know, it truly is. I'm tired of it. I mean, there isn't really much you're going to say, you know, about Summer Wells right now. I don't know why Ryan went to Florida or all these people saying this stuff. I really don't think that Summer is around there. I really don't. But, you know, who knows?
Yo, what's up, man?
Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just beside myself half the time because I don't know why law enforcement isn't moving, isn't doing anything in this case, and it really bothers me. But yeah, after watching Harmony Montgomery's case and seeing how they hit her, how he hit her, how all this went on, you know, I don't know. I wanted to show you something this summer. You know, keep her face out there.
What if one day your child, while playing in your own backyard,
Let's see. Yeah. Remember this? You have 2 days. Listen to her.
It's now been 1 week and 2 days since she went missing. There's still two aspects of this case, the active search and the investigation. You'll hear more about the search in just a minute. TBI agents and Hawkins County detectives working alongside the FBI continue to work around the clock to determine what happened to Summer Wells. In order to preserve the integrity of the investigation, we can't discuss everything we're doing and have done to find Summer. Here's what we can tell you. Numerous residents and individuals associated with the family have been interviewed. Surveillance video and photos have been reviewed, as well as other potential digital evidence. We're still working to identify everyone in the area on the afternoon that Summer went missing. One of you asked us in a previous briefing the standard amount of time it takes for a case like this to be resolved. While every case is different, this one is definitely outside of the norm. Typically, in an investigation like this one, we have some idea of where the case is headed and what might have happened within a few days. In this situation, despite doing everything within our power and exploring all avenues, the circumstances leading to Summer's disappearance remain unclear. I understand the lack of answers frustrates you in the public, but trust me, no one is more frustrated than we are. If we develop information that will lead to locating Summer, we will share that with you first and foremost. In the meantime, we ask anyone with information who hasn't come forward to please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. I'll turn it over to Sheriff Ronnie Lawson. We hope so, but honestly, we just don't know. I mean, we're holding out hope, doing everything we can. Obviously, we typically would have found a child at this stage in the investigation, so honestly, we just don't know. I don't have the exact number with me, but it's well over 300 at this point.
know we've all spoken with the family and they talked about sort of what led up to that missing incident here. Can you just sort of elaborate on what you guys know for sure happened before she went missing tonight?
We can't release any more than what we've already provided. We know that she was supposedly with family members outside of her home, was seen going into the home. When her mother went to check on her, she was not in the house. We still don't know where Summer is. We don't know what happened to her, and it's extremely frustrating. I can't tell you how heartbreaking it is. The sheriff has worked around the clock, his team's worked around the clock. The search crews, TBI agents, FBI agents, we're doing everything we can to find her, but to not have any more answers than we do at this stage, it's just heartbreaking.
Have you been able to
Not any more than what we originally released. We know that her family reported her missing. They called the sheriff's office around 6:30. Prior to that, it was early afternoon when she was last seen, and they searched for a little bit and then reported her missing. I don't have that information.
This was before she even called. She was posting, see? Okay. Anyways, you guys. It is frustrating. And I don't know if you caught it, but Leslie said she didn't look like she had much hope for Summer being alive. And she said it was very heartbreaking. And if you didn't hear it, I hope you did. She said Summer went missing earlier that afternoon. And the parents looked for a little bit, and then they called 911. So, very, very sad that, but the TBI, I believe, are doing everything that they can. I really do. And I do believe that, I don't know about Sheriff Lawson. I don't really know him. I know everybody's mad at him because of his son not getting the punishment that he should get. I hope that Don and Candice, if they're guilty of this, that they get the punishment that they deserve. And, I don't care about, all these supporters that want to say they're supporting the Wells, white boy, locked down. For all we know, he could be a snitch. He could be an informant because he used to be in prison, Or how about, I don't believe Fred Hale was wearing a wire. I really don't. He wouldn't have told us anyways. Are you kidding me? Like the FBI is going to say, hey, Fred, wear a wire. And then go ahead. You can tell everybody. You can tell so that the suspect knows and everybody in the whole world. I'm glad Freddie is doing good. He's in rehab. He looked 100% better. It's nice that Ziggy's his friend. But, I don't know. We don't know much about him or what, if he's done anything. Maybe he hasn't. But he is a person of interest in the case. Everybody is. And, but, I want to say this as a little message before I get off here. Some women think, they believe with all their heart that they can change a man, that they can fix some guy that they met, that they can fix somebody if they just give them love and attention, and if they just do all these things, that they can change some guy and make that guy, a better guy. And I got news for people that think that, if this guy's 40 years old or older, he's not going to change. you can't change anybody anyways. They have to change themselves. So I just noticed that, I was like that when I was young. I really believed if I did all the right things, with my abusive husband that I used to have many years ago, I really believed if I did all the right things, if I fixed my hair a certain way, if I lost weight, if I didn't argue with him, if I did this, if I fixed him the perfect meal, if my house was perfectly cleaned, then he would love me and he would not do the things that he did. Well, that is a bunch of baloney. I'm here to tell you, if you think that you can change a man, and, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but women need to be careful out there, okay? So I'm just giving a helpful tip, and even for Candice, even though I think these two have been, quite the fools for parents that have a missing child. And they've been playing since day one. I believe I heard that Don went to work like the first day or the next day or, that week. Didn't even hardly faze him. I don't care. There's no way you can tell me that you were crying your eyes out. We seen you on YouTube, Don and Candice. You weren't home crying your eyes out, and you weren't searching because you were on YouTube and doing stupid stuff drunk and stoned out of your mind. Man, I want justice for Summer. I want some kind of breakthrough, some kind of clue, somebody to come forward and talk. I wish the police would make a move. Anything, pray, you guys. Pray that any kind of clue would come forward, with some kind of information that leads to the arrest of the person who did this. Because I don't believe she's with us any longer. I really don't. I don't think that if Don and Candice gave her to someone, that she's alive still, because even Don don't believe that. So, that usually doesn't happen. Children that age, they don't usually stay very long. So if it really was an abductor, or if he did give her to somebody bad, I do not know. Nobody knows. But I just wanted to show you how, you can, people can say, well, you can theorize all night long, every day. Yeah, we could. But there is actually some facts. There's some actual things that Don and Candice have done that all fit together, that point to their guilt, including how they're behaving about their child that's missing. Dancing, singing on YouTube, not using the opportunity to advocate for her child. I don't know, you guys. I don't have much more to say. I just wanted to say hi to everybody. I wanted to say thank you for all your comments. You guys are all great. I love all of you. Thank you for being here. Welcome to any new subscribers that's here. God bless you all. Keep praying for Summer Moon, Utah Wells. And pray that Harmony gets the right justice here, because she deserves it. And some people might say, well, you shouldn't talk about the horrible things that happen to a child in one of these cases. Really? You know what? If Harmony had to endure all that, then my God, we can listen to her story and bear the pain and the shame and the sadness and let it affect us enough to pray or do something about it, to change laws. Her story needs to be heard just like anybody else's. She don't just need to be gone and forgotten about. Harmony was a beautiful little girl, Montgomery, and so was Summer Wells, and so was Michael Vaughn. And I pray for justice for him too. We need breakthroughs, you guys. But anyways, I hope everyone has a great Sunday tomorrow. God bless you all. You know, keep praying. Keep thinking about Summer Wells. Leave me your comments. Hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps my videos to get out there in the algorithm, you know, to other people. So thank you. God bless you. Good night. Bye.